I think this could be as big as $1 trillion investment opportunity.
Today we're cooking for the angel investors, so hopefully they'll feel the love in the food.
There's probably 40, 50, or maybe even 100 potential angels on the island. The problem is connecting the entrepreneurs with those people that have a desire or an interest in giving back, to those innovators on the island with a dream. This isn't Silicon Valley, where you have an abundance of potential angels. This is a tiny market with a very small group of angels that are available, and that coordination is essential. Angels are those people that are supporting entrepreneurs with a dream. If the right entrepreneurs are trying to solve those problems, the capital is there to solve anything and everything this island could want. There's over $6 trillion of capital gains that have been realized but not actualized from a tax perspective because they're in liquid assets, they're in public stocks. And the people just keep rolling their gains because they don't want to trigger a taxable event. Now that you can trigger that taxable event, sell all your stock, and then rebuy instantly, but take that tax portion, invest it into an opportunity zone, I think a lot of these people that are sitting on massive gains are going to start to trigger those gains because there's now an opportunity to drive that into an opportunity zone investment because you don't know how long this opportunity will exist. And if people start to do that, we're looking at something more like $1 trillion of capital going into opportunity zones, and there's a 15% kicker on Puerto Rico. That combined with HUD and government money being invested here, Puerto Rico's looking at, a massive amount of capital flowing into the island, which benefits everybody. It benefits every local business. It benefits everyone that owns property. It benefits everything in need. Every problem that Puerto Rico has, capital has been the biggest issue. That's the problem typically, is the resources to go make that thing happen, to go solve that major issue. That theoretically is solved as long as the entrepreneurs identify the problems, assemble the right teams, and do it well enough to get that capital. So I couldn't be more excited. That's, in a nutshell, a long-winded one, what I'm interested here on the island.
We represent a group of about 400 investors. We've placed about $150 million in various industries in the last 5 years. We like to invest we have a very large agriculture company in Chile. We like to invest in cannabis, crypto, manufacturing, e-commerce, marketing, a wide variety of industries, and excited to see what Puerto Rico has to offer. We think there's a lot of opportunities here.
There's about 50% of the CBD companies that are on the market right now, by the time these new regulations come out, are going to get recalled and have to redo their processing and labeling. So as far as processing CBD, we want to start off on the pharmaceutical grade. The University of San Juan of Carolina is looking to do a pilot project with us on 6 acres and also use their entrepreneurship training program and the research on medicinal science. We also work in blockchain as far as tracking the from seed to sale procedure.
Multi-family office after leaving the banks, automated the whole thing, kind of got bored and realized that there was, it was going to sound like a horrible cliche, but then I went to Burning Man, and at Burning Man I found myself around creatives, innovators, and inventors, and I realized I should probably be bringing my skill sets to helping them build out their businesses and advise them. I ended up being the head of business development and strategy for one of the largest creative offices in New York City, and then at some point in time kind of found myself backward into the crypto space and got pushed together with Brock Pierce, and been working with him very closely on his various investments ever since.
In the next 5 years, what's going to happen is everybody's going to be connected. So the 2 billion people around the world that do not have internet right now are going to have internet for the first time. What do people need most as all this begins to progress? I think they need the safety, accountability of the whole blockchain ecosystem. Of course, machine learning will automate a lot of this, and voice is the operating system. So this product, Attention, will allow people to live podcast whatever conversation they're having or by themselves to any platform. The ones that we have working are YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We're working to add Spotify, as well as Cortana, Alexa, and Assistant. To me, I really want to push forward development of voice and blockchain tech, and for me, live podcasting is that sweet spot.
And glad to see some of the top entrepreneurs in the Bay Area saying, I'm going to go build in Puerto Rico. You know, it's a combination of Puerto Rican startups, you know, built by, you know, Puerto Ricans on island or Puerto Ricans coming back to island, but also bringing some of the top entrepreneurs in the world here, you know, to also build. You know, that's what creates this opportunity.
The problem that we're trying to address, this is a problem that we experienced personally. We used to travel quite a bit for my old company, particularly to Latin America, and ran into a number of times when we got sick and ended up having to seek out medical care. And we ended up realizing that it's very difficult for us with a healthcare background to figure out the local system. It must be really impossible for just an ordinary person.
Our mission is to bring convenient healthcare access to all international travelers anywhere in the world.
Private keys will change the way people take ownership of everything in the known world. If you want to open something that is digitally protected, you need a digital key to open it. Now, what do? We build wearable technology that uses your biometric signature to effortlessly prove who you are whenever you want with private key management. We use the fundamentals of private key management, very similar to how Ledger and Trezor use private key management for signing transactions. We use the same, but in a cyber-physical way. Not only transactions, but with the world around you. And this is very important because cybercrime is rampant. So we're trying to reinvent the user experience of authentication. Works like magic.
After the hurricane, I got interested in renewables, so I'm doing something in renewables as well. And if I see something that I could invest in and cooperate, and some of the things that I do are because, you know, we need it, like the cattle or the agriculture. And I'm really happy to have been invited to be here.
I was dreaming about the places like Puerto Rico or Hawaii. People from other parts of the world cannot, in an affordable way, stay in those most beautiful places around the planet. Why they cannot be a better standard? The price starts from $35 a night per capsule, but the capsules are not even like Japanese capsules. They're a king-size bed with its own TV, with its own temperature and air conditioning. Everything of that is powered by our own solar. We don't plan to sell energy, we don't want to sell energy, and even with the time, we want to scale up energy.
I'm mostly interested right now in paying it back because when I was starting out, I had a guy in Los Angeles. I went into his office and I'd never met him before, and he wrote me a check on the spot, and I was able to pay him back handsomely. And so now I look at all of the deals that I'm doing right now. I don't do any diligence. I just try to write a check and go on my intuition, and so far that's worked out. My preference is to find local Puerto Rican operators and just be silently in the background.
Is the awareness of these opportunities. It's the quality of the deals, the storytelling of the people that are out there spreading the word. It's the champions, the ambassadors saying, invest in Puerto Rico, invest in Puerto Rico. And the better we know our script, the more effective Puerto Rico will be in attracting that capital.